Hey everyone, I'm back and today we're going to be talking about Nocturnal Animals. And this movie came out in 2016, I believe, and it stars Amy Adams and Jake Gyllenhaal. And I thought this movie was great. I really enjoyed it. And what I really love about this movie is the way it's told. It keeps cutting back between two stories. It's kind of a story within a story without giving anything away. And it keeps cutting back to the story that's within the story and the actual story. And the story that's within the story that stars Jake Gyllenhaal and the fictional story in the movies world, I enjoyed that story a lot. Whereas the one that's not within the story, I still really enjoyed. And there's a lot of great things about the movie. It's subtle and it doesn't over-explain anything really. And the characters in this movie, you get a good sense of who they are. Even just for the side characters, they don't have a whole lot of screen time, but you do get a good understanding of who they are. And I really enjoyed our main character, even though she's not really a super likable character, simply because she does certain things that are that are revealed over the course of the movie. Things that I really like about the movie, and I'm going to talk about the story that's within the story. There's tension throughout that story, and it knows when not to use music, and that's something that I really admire about it. And without using music, it makes certain scenes in the movie much more intense, and it really works. And the dialogue is really good. All the characters talk like normal people, and it sticks with you. Especially certain scenes. Certain scenes in this movie stick with me, and you can really tell the relationship between Amy Adams' character and her mom. They don't really see eye to eye in a traditional, traditional relationship. Like they get along really well or they don't get along at all. It's kind of a gray zone-ish. I also really enjoyed the ending for this movie. The ending... for the story that's within the story, I found it to be a little anticlimactic without spoiling anything, but it might just be a me thing, and there's something that happens with the Jake Gyllenhaal story that, the story within a story. I keep saying that, and I don't really want to keep saying that. It's the only way I can talk about this movie and not spoil anything, and it makes things a lot more clear as to what I'm saying. That's what I meant to say, sorry. Or at least in my mind, they're clear. And you can tell that there's like a stupid decision made within that Jake Gyllenhaal story. You can tell there's one really stupid character mistake that if it was avoided, the whole story within the story would never even happen. But I'm pretty sure that there's a purpose towards it. I can't go on talking about this movie without mentioning that there's some really powerful scenes in this movie that are genuinely disturbing. And going back to the scene that towards when it was not using music, making certain scenes more intense. There's a scene in this movie that goes on for a long time. It feels like 10-15 minutes, and it really feels as though you're watching an actual situation happen. And it gets pretty crazy, and the result, and what's going to happen, and that's kind of a criticism a little bit that I have with the movie, is that certain things I could see coming even way before they were revealed. But where I kind of give credit towards the movie is that the way it was executed is a way in which I felt was the best way the movie could have handled it. So I'll give the movie props for that. It's just I could see it coming from a mile away. And there's some editing choices that I thought were really stupid. And I can't say what they are, but because I don't want to give out any spoilers. But there were some editing choices that I found to be a little sloppy and just very distracting. Now, despite me having an issue with some of the editing in this movie, there's also some editing choices that are really great. And what they do is it's cutting back and forth between the story within the story and the actual story that the movie is telling. And it was what was happening was the same emotion for both the fictional character that's in this story within a story, and the actual character, that Amy Adams' character, to make it more clear. And they were pretty much doing the same thing and going through the same emotions. And I thought that worked really, really well. And that's about all I have to say about Nocturnal Animals in a spoiler-free review. There are other things that I would love to talk about in a spoiler-filled review, but I don't want to do that. And it's a great movie. You should definitely check it out. It has great performances in it, a really gripping story, and a story within a story. Sorry for saying that so many times. It's just, as I said before, it's the best way I can think of for it to make sense for both myself and to make myself clear. And despite my overall criticisms with this movie, the positives far outweigh the negatives for this movie, and definitely check it out. And I'm going to give Nocturnal Animals an 8 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos as always. If you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below what you thought of Nocturnal Animals down below. And my social media links, they will all be in the description down below, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation. And I'll see you when I get my next review up. And that's going to be for Steven Spielberg's Jaws. So look forward to that. But until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.